Whoa. Man, oh man, this thing trying to get me in trouble. This thing trying to get me in trouble. We're not getting in trouble. No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, okay, okay. Can I get the show started? My gosh. Can I just get the show started tonight? Woo! Well, some days I have the most technical difficulties. My goodness. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go with that one. Okay, let's go here. There we go, there we go. I'm almost there, y'all. I promise. Ooh, and I just get on camera. How about just me up in here? There we go. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. This is what we do. This is how we do it. Uh-oh. And I got two lovely ladies in here this evening that's gonna share this with me. I don't like this setup right here. There we go.
Hey, Keisha.
Hello. Happy Friday. Happy afternoon.
Friday.
What's up, guys? How y'all feeling? China.
I'm feeling great.
You great?
Oh, yeah.
Keisha, how you feeling, Keisha?
Wonderful.
Everything is good?
You know it's a holiday, right? Narc's backed up on holiday.
Well, make sure y'all pumped up, and ready to go. We're about to get it started. I see China was the first one in the chat tonight. Yeah. What's up, Jennifer? Lindy's in the house. Danita Joe thinks she's trying to see me in stage. Somebody tell this woman what it is. Yes. Mary Atkinson. How you doing, Mary? What's up, Nick? Yeah, blind is off. Kimberly Ortiz. Beautiful butterfly. What's up, Audrey Adams? Caution to the wind. What's up, Sheila? Zena, what's up, Zena? Put your hands up. Okay, my man Marlon in the house. What's up, London? Holly in the house. I see you, Holly. What's up, Blinders Off? Denise Nash, Spady. Woo, reconcile love. That's Keisha, y'all. Tracy. Tracy, bone love. What is bone love, Tracy? What does that mean? What's up, Linda? Don't rob. That's no rob. No Ray, no rob. Joe R.A. There's something. Joy Tracy. What's up, Shawnee? Empathic Shar is in the building. Come on with it. What's up, Trisha? Patrice Bean. What you mean, Patrice Bean? The one. What's up, Holly? Josie Ferry. By your soul. Came through. What's up, Blind is off? Ashley B. Willpower. Come on, Karen. Tell them what to do, Karen. See, your hands, everybody. Let's see Karen in it. Karen got her groove. Yeah, it is. Lady Virgo in the building. Beautiful butterfly. What it do, Zena? Deidre Jones. Beautiful one. What's up? Shaylo? Is that Shayla? Hello? Something like that. The Landu. What's up, the Landu? How you feel, Lando? Lando. What it do, champ? There goes Shaw. Value. Val is in the building. Everybody, y'all know what to do. Hit that mic. Hit that mic. Say it again. Say it again. Do we have new sponsorship? Is that you, Patrice? Bang! Mwah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Yes, indeed. We're definitely not going to forget it. Who we got? My main man, save it for David. Come on, champ. I'm working on my special effects. Me coming up next. I think I'll have it together by next week. Yes, indeed. And of course, Connie Barnes. Mwah. Thank you for sponsorship. Ladies, I appreciate the love. Yes, I do. Andrea Davis in the building. Beautiful butterfly. Everybody hit the like button because I'm going to keep saying it whether you hit it or not. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it. We're going to keep drilling and getting it in there. And yes, we will. Yes, we will. Ladies, how was your 4th of July? How was your week? Your week, because it's just turning into the weekend. So yeah, what's up, New England beauty? Yes, yes, yes. Caution to the wind. Yeah. How was the weekend? I mean, how was the holiday? How was the holiday? Y'all good? Y'all good over there? Everything all right?
Yes. You know that music that you play, music produces oxytocin, our love chemical.
Is
So
that?
when you do that, everybody can get a little bit of a free hormone boost in that love chemical that we need
Oh,
that,
yo,
cause that bonding that narcs don't have. So that music is that love chemical.
wow. I told y'all. I got the heavy hitters in here tonight.
Well, I don't celebrate holidays, so I can't. No.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay. My bad. My bad. My bad. I do. I sure do. Reason to celebrate? Man, listen. I did enough. I did enough. Not celebrating. Okay? Yeah, I'm done with that part of my life. So I ain't mad at you. You got boundaries, you got standards. It is what it is. And it's a happy thing. It's a beautiful thing. How do y'all feel about the topic of discussion of this session tonight? What are
It's
your thoughts on the delusional mind of the narcissist and the delusional thoughts of the empath?
when you title these things, it seems like you just be in my head for some reason. Oh my God, it's like you be knowing what I want to talk about.
Ooh, man. Look,
Yes.
when you've been through it, isn't that something though? How having gone through the same thing, we we shared a lot of the exact same thoughts. And sometimes they come from different angles, but we went through the same process.
For sure.
But yes, went through that same process. What about you, Keisha?
Oh, this is definitely, you should also have added on there and the delusional thoughts of the flying monkeys because it all is in the whole
Ooh,
wonderful land of
man,
Oz Narc, right? Because it is a double mindset. It's just a difference of a heart thing. So even though the mind is split in both people, like the narcissists have a split mind worsened by trauma, so does the what they call it, the empath. They feel like people who are more compassionate or empathetic have a split mind as well when it becomes to the point of toxicity. um that both are there, but something else happens, that's that supernatural God component where someone's heart is not darkened. Like it's something about the, and they have studies on this with the DNA,
Mm,
right? They broke it down to a genome level. Some people are genetically inclined to be narcissists, pretty much, or no empathy, and some people have a genetic, what they can see, inclination to, joy and happiness.
mm,
But it's really who God chooses. He chooses some, and
mm,
some others just have a heart, and it's a heart, and they just don't have a good heart, period.
mm-hmm.
They can both hear the same thing, same message. And even some people who are kind that may not know God yet, he still can be working on them. But there are some people, when they say they really are wicked from the womb. And there's really, we give this false hope, and that's what causes our delusional mindset, is
Mm-hmm.
because we put these cultural guidelines on it, like, well, who are you to judge? How can you say this? It's so many brain scan studies on this stuff that just show there's just emptiness in those areas,
Wow.
period. Like, there's no neuronal activity. It's done. And yes, a supernatural miracle can happen where they have a new brain, but
Mm.
what's the odds of that?
What do you mean?
What's the odds of a supernatural experience just supercharging and creating a new brain? It's very slim. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. Not too many people have witnessed it other than like the road to Damascus, but it's very slim to none. But we give ourselves this false hope, based on what we see. Like, well, they have this, the brain can reshape, or the brain can do this and that.
Mm-hmm.
There is a moral compass, like the conscious,
Mm-hmm.
that they have abandoned, that has literally been on studies. When they split, they abandon this moral compass, the conscious, and things that are morally right to do, they don't do. Like, it's not there to tell them it's wrong. They don't have the consequences, they don't have the fear of getting caught. They really don't have that morality issue. Like,
You
it's,
know what though, Keisha, I'm gonna push back on that a little bit because
Yeah.
I think that they do know. That's just me.
they know that it's wrong, they like the wrong.
There you go.
That's the thing. They like to
Uh,
do the wrong.
it, like when we get you know pleasure out of doing right, we feel normal. That's the same reaction they get, when they see that somebody is hurt from something they did, when they can see that, yeah, I just did something to mess your stuff up. I just did something. And the main thing is how they make a relationship. See, guys, we can talk about all the superficial things out here in the world, but see, when you're talking about a relationship, that's when everything that's something that you're banking your life on. That's when you're saying, for the rest of my life, I'm doing this with this person. And the narc love, oh my, they love when they can betray you. And you
Yeah.
thought that your life, you thought you were set up. Life was, I'm good. I found my person. And when they can bring that kind of disturbance to someone's life, that gives them life, makes them feel like, yes, look at you. Look at you thought you won. You thought we were going to live happily ever after. You thought that you won. You thought you were going to win with me. And you're not. And they love that. And then they go out. They go out with the mind of delusion. And they take another person, got you thinking literally, and this is how we are. They must be in love with this person. They must be. It must be the most incredible feeling in the world for them to leave what we had like it was nothing, to go to this person. And then we're thinking, in our delusion, we're thinking that this new person must be everything the narcissist ever wanted, everything they ever dreamed about, because They're arguing with me all the time. And this new person has to be it. It must just be the way they look, the way they make the narc feel. And the narcissist feels like they have done their due diligence when you actually believe that they went off with someone else and they're happy. Their life is, oh, I'm set now. I'm good now. I was just messed up when I was with you, but I'm good now. I got it together now. They feel they have done their due diligence. And guys, I'm not talking about done their due diligence with this new person. Like they care about it. They don't give a damn about this new person. They wouldn't care if this new person got dropped off of a 100-story building. This new person is only there as a distraction to make you think it was you. They want to fill your mind with delusional thoughts to make you think you were born on this planet and something is wrong with you. That's the goal, the job of a narcissist, to make you think, to lose all that self-confidence, to make you think and make you believe, not just think, but make you believe God messed up with you.
Yeah.
God made me different and something about me is messed up. Ain't nobody gonna ever want me. And the truth of the matter is, guys, I don't care who you see the narcissist with. You hear me? I don't care who you see them with. I don't give a damn about that fake smile, about we having so much fun. Life is so incredible. You crazy if you believe any of that. If you believe any of it, if you believe that the narcissist woke up one day and had a good day, you crazy. If you think they had one good day, you crazy. They lie every day. They sabotage their life. Their actions require them to have a bad day every single day.
Every day that they wake up. I want to
every day.
I want to add to that. It's you guys, they are not happy when they go over there. That's their new delusion. See, they don't like to live in the moment because the moment is reality. So that's why when they get caught cheating, they run off to somebody else because that's a new delusion. They don't want to live in that reality and face it. So they're going to take the path of least resistance. It's too much to convince you to drop what you just saw. It's too much to try to keep manipulating you, to keep lying to you that what you saw was not what you saw.
Slow down right there. Because that's the part that people are not getting. That part right there is too much work.
Yeah.
People, it's too much work to just simply see. Oh, you're looking at it. We're looking at it like, all they got to do is stop doing what they're doing. How they gonna do that? They don't know how to do that.
Right.
Give it to them, China.
See, what y'all don't understand is when you catch them and they can no longer lie to you and manipulate you, they run it off to the place where they were already the victim. They're the villain in your story now. So they're going to run to the person where they are the victim. It's a fresh start. It's somewhere for them to go where they don't have to talk about what just happened over here.
Come on.
They going over there and they go into their new delusion because they don't live in the moment. The moment is reality. And that's why they recreate, history or the moment, or it's a delusion because they're perfect. No. So they have to go be perfect over there. Even if that person knew about you, that person has convinced them that they are still perfect in their eyes. So they're going to go over there because they don't want to discuss this with you. And I want to push back on what she said is they don't. I mean, did you say they have a fear of? I mean, they don't have a fear of getting caught, Keisha?
What happens is they don't care. It's disregarded. Like how our if our fear our amygdala works, like we don't want to steal because we think of all the consequences and we don't want that. They don't care. They
They
know like the things are bad, but they did a morality study on like what they consider like the seven main sins because they was comparing their empathy like with religion, and they were saying like on all of those they enjoy doing all those bad things. Like they know it's right from wrong. They don't care, and they don't care about the consequences.
They
They,
don't.
I know some that do. That's why they study the laws, and that's why they teeter on the line of when they do stuff to you to set you up or antagonize you. It's never enough to break the law, but it's enough to antagonize you. They know these laws, so they do fear getting caught because they would just go full force in. But they do fear getting caught. They don't. Who wants to go to jail? They fear that.
You know what? You know
They
what?
won't go to jail because they do have those manipulative tactics, but
Mm,
certain things that would keep us from doing it, like there's some boundaries, like we won't go, they
mm.
will.
But you know what? One thing about them is that a narcissist, they do have a fear of jail. And
Yeah.
I'm saying that in a way where if they got locked up, then every lie that they have told about you,
Mhm.
everything that they have been trying to show everybody that it's you. No, 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 it's you. Now everybody's looking at them like, whoa, 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 what you do? Because you telling me that it's that person. So they're very, very conscious. But like you said, they will teeter on that line
Yeah.
all the way because they also want to know how much can I get away with
Hmm.
here with this police officer?
Hmm.
How much can I get away with in that courthouse? Who's here to protect me? Who's on my side? Everywhere they go, they're looking for an alliance.
Yep.
And I'm saying, as many times as I saw the police, good God, I saw them. I think I at least have a year's worth. 365 days in a year. I think I've dealt with them at least a year's worth, okay, of times. And anytime they came over to the house, that was crazy to say they come to your house. No, anytime they were called to the house, because that's basically how the narc managed the house. I said such and such and such. Okay. And then 10 minutes later, police at the house, you know, telling you that, hey, you know, telling you that, no, no, no. You might pay the bills here, but you ain't running nothing here. Okay. And that's one of the ways a narcissist will, just weaponize everything everywhere around you. Because again, knowing that once you deal with something on that level where you go to your home and police get invited to your home and then tell you have no say so in the house you paying for and everything around it, you're going to lose your sense of connection to that house, to that place. And a narcissist knows it.
Yeah.
They love having that police activity over there
Yeah.
because they love that drama. They love that adrenaline. They love to be seen. They don't care how they're seen, though. That's the crazy thing. They don't really have a
Yeah.
problem with it because, and the thing is, let me say this: they care about how they're seen, but they're going to put the narrative on you're the reason that the police are here.
Yeah.
See, even that is even like that grandiose kicking in, but what they're doing, they're already setting the stage for the final discard. Like once they do those calls, even if they're just like random calls, it's still kind of putting things in place to support the narrative that they're about to pitch, that you're crazy, you're stalking me, you're doing this, you're doing that.
They,
And they're already trying to have their defense solid because they know what they're about to do to you, and they know how criminal it is. They know all of that. They always feel like they are able to lie their way out of anything. They really feel gifted in that area of lies,
Oh,
Yes.
and they actually are demonically,
Yes.
but the
Yeah.
delusions happen when they believe, like they even believe their own lies. Like they believe their lies, and if
yeah.
they get you to believe the lies, that's what causes delusions, is believing in the falsehoods.
They-
And that's, they live on a false, like their mind, they live on a delusion at all times.
And,
They're always in delusions.
and they do stuff to you to antagonize you in hopes that you react and that you do want revenge, because that's all part of the setup.
Come on.
I'm telling you, I've been out there. I have a whole audio of one of these things talking about how he was going to set me up and how he was going to tell the police this and that. I say, "Oh, you're good." He say, "I'm great." He say, "I've dealt with law enforcement before." So he say, "I'm not going to be irate. I'm going to sit there and say, officer, she did this, she did that." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Just letting them talk. You let them talk, they tell you everything.
There you go.
Because he was mad because I discarded him and I didn't want him. So y'all be very, 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 very careful, because if you do that, oh, they're planning your downfall. They want you to go to jail. I have a whole 16-minute voicemail.
Wow.
Yes.
And he admitted it.
Yeah.
Wow, man. And that police thing. When you start talking about the police and how they weaponize, see, guys, what we don't look at is there are certain people that don't want to call the police. There are certain people that don't want the police at their house. First of all, people that don't want the police at their house are the people that care about their community, and they care about their relationships with their neighbors, and they care most about what's going on inside of their home. Narcs already know that an abused person, a person being abused, that's going to be the last person calling the police.
Yep. Yep.
Person being abused, that's going to be the last person. You literally, if you're a person who's getting abused and it gets to the point where you got to call the police, that's because you've already dealt with this situation. You know where this is going, and you trying to hurry up and protect yourself before you can't protect yourself. The narcissist knows you don't want to do that, but a narcissist, they can't wait. They're calling the police to surprise you. Oh,
Yeah.
well, no, they're gonna be over here, and when they get here, and see, a narcissist, they will have conversations with police in your neighborhood. Yes, they will have conversations, and they will flirt with certain officers just to see what information they can get, to see how they can make sure this thing goes down the next time they call them over. I remember one day listening to this person while she was on the phone with the police. She's on the phone following me around. No, now he's doing this. Okay, he's coaching her. Okay, go ahead and get the argument started again.
Wow.
Literally on the phone, and I'm sitting here like, and I turn around, I said, doesn't he know that I can hear y'all conversation? I mean, this is when you're dealing with somebody, guys. I know we going off to the left a little bit here, but guys, at the end of the day, these people, they will prod you and do anything they can and have to do to get the result. All she wanted was the result. What do I gotta do for y'all to arrest this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Do I gotta go fall into him and then fall down the stairs? What do I gotta do? She literally is on the phone just like that. But he doesn't. Of course, she was able to convince them No, he's doing this and he's doing this in a way where he's this, and she done painted this kind of picture that, this is her home to these people. They come to my house and talking to me all crazy, like you live here, where your stuff at. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about? I bought this house, sir. Is that what she told y'all? Where'd she get the money from? But this is the narrative. The narrative is they're telling people a story. You don't know what's being told.
Oh yeah.
It was people talking to you crazy, like you this alien in your home, and that's how they want you to feel. Like you ain't supposed to even be in here.
And you know what? Y'all think that they try to cut off communication by blocking you on their social media and stuff. That's part of it. But another part of it is because they defaming your character. They making sure not only that people don't want to be around you, is that you will never find another relationship. They will ruin your name. This person tried to do this to me. That's why it's not, you don't defend. And it was the guy that I told y'all who said, if I knew what was going on in his head, I would think he was obsessed. He confessed to me from day one. He was following me everywhere I was going, where I was taking my kids, dropping them off. I didn't know him for a week. The reason he couldn't call the police on me or set me up is because I didn't deal with him long. He don't even know my name. No. That's the whole thing. So best believe if he knew my name, I would be probably set up. You know what I'm saying? And so these people are very, very, very vicious because they have to rewrite the story. Even when you leave them, they have to make it seem like they left you. Because he was even saying I left him, but then he'll say he left me. He didn't want me. And that's the delusion. That's what they have to live in. They can't live in the moment. They have to rewrite it because they can't take that pain. It's painful for them to have to take that rejection. Rejection is really, that's one thing they hate is rejection and their character being ruined. Those are the two things that they will unalive you for.
Man, hey, China. Hey, y'all. China got that hot sauce on tonight. Man, hey, China,
definitely.
when you was running through that right there, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, their biggest fear. Biggest fear. You cutting them off. They know it's coming. That's why they cut you off.
Yep.
They know it's coming. Well, how do they know it's coming? I wasn't going to cut them off. Yes, you were. Guys, listen. Once you go to the bathroom, whatever comes out, you ain't putting it back in. You ain't going to put it back in. Okay? Those just the laws of nature. You ain't going to put it back in.
For sure.
The narcissist knows that. Once you figure out who that is, guys, it's just like being in this chat. A lot of times you in the chat and you just going through it and you trying to figure out, man, how do I get this pain to stop? And one day you hear something and you don't even remember specifically sometimes what it was, but you heard a thing and it released you. It relieved everything you've been going through with just that one statement, just in a twinkling of an eye. Boom, wow. Now I get it. Now I get it. And just like that, the narcissist is the same way. They know one day you gonna get it, and I am going to be cut so fast.
Yep.
It's gonna make my head and see that way the narc will have to come home one day and be like, whoa, what's going on? They already know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Because, see, they know the truth of the matter is they know truthfully what they feel about you. Somebody that's trying to destroy you cannot love you. Those two.
And they know who they are, and And it's so crazy because while you're sitting up there, they put you in fa la 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 land, the land of like the love delusion. That was the first delusion. But
Mhm.
then once they do these heinous acts and be who they are, they automatically go into that image control. They got to preserve who they appear to be to their following, and then they have automatically put you in a different delusion if you chase it, trying to defend yourself. You can get delusional trying to defend their delusions of you. So
Mhm.
you got to back out of that. You got to not people please. Once someone tell you who they are, or they back a story of the narcissist, and I've had this experience to where like even our mentor like deliverance group or however, they were coming at me like, well, maybe he's just really repented. It seemed like maybe you're bitter. And I'm thinking, like, first of all, you're dealing with a whole felon kind. You don't even know who you're dealing with. Second of all, I mean, not only was deliverance, I grew up in that stuff, but as far as professionally, can diagnose this stuff and took extra professional courses just in this disorder, like to sit there and to say, I'm not credible. And this is how convincing a narcissist can be. For someone to want to go back and forth, it come a point where you have to step away and you have to say, you know what? I see right now I'm filtering out who I'm going to stay connected to and who I'm not. And those people you have to disconnect from. If they've been poisoned by the venom, you would go into a delusion trying to prove who you already are because of a false narrative and character based on a narcissist delusion.
And you know what? That's why you don't defend it. You let it sit
Exactly.
there, because eventually, if a person keep bringing you up, keep saying things about you, and you're not defending yourself, people are going to look at that person and know that that person is the bitter one. That person has the problem because you have not said anything, but this person is continuously trying to ruin you and say things bad about you. That's why I don't say nothing. If something's sitting on the internet about me, let it sit there. I don't care.
There you go. That, and you know what? When you don't, when they put those rumors out there on you, and you don't even defend it, see, we're thinking that they're gaining momentum with people.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Listen, again, there are going to be flying monkeys out there that were already rooting for the other team anyway.
Right.
Don't
That is true.
waste your time trying to defend, because listen, when you start defending yourself about that craziness they're talking about, they know they're back in control. They're
You
back.
go into delusion. That's the delusions of the empathetic person. That's their delusion.
Exactly. That's how we get delusional. Like, we think that we're digging our way out of this hole, and you're digging your way deeper in, because people are watching, guys.
Yeah.
People are watching. They're watching both of you. They're watching. They already know the narc did this to people before. This ain't their first rodeo.
Oh no.
They're watching you. How are you going to come through it?
Yeah.
Want to see what did it end up turning into later on in life? Did you end up happy somewhere? Did you get it together? Or did you continue those same patterns? Just running off to a new relationship and running off to somebody different and going through the exact same process. And a lot of times, guys, when we do the exact same things and we don't learn anything from those bad relationships, you'll go right back out here and run into that brick wall all over again. And sometimes you run into a brick wall with spikes on it. It gets worse, because
Yeah.
if you don't learn the lesson that you needed to learn while you're going through it, guys, you're going to keep on repeating the cycle, repeating the cycle. And a lot of times what we don't get is that you're here to share something. You're here to learn something, you're here to share something. And if the only thing you keep on doing is running back and running back, and I'm doing the same thing all over again, I'm right back in it all over again, then guys, that you're going to keep on doing it. Just keep repeating that process, because it's like, hey, I never got over this first person, and I ran off to this second person. And that's exactly what the narc is doing. And they hoping that if they can't destroy you, then they'll push you in the arms of somebody else that will. They just want to see you in a bad situation. When a narc sees you and you're in something healthy, we get tripped out. We thinking that they're judging the person that we're with. Oh man, if they don't look as good as the narc looked, or they don't have as much money as the narc had, or if they're not as charismatic, or if they're not this or that. And guys, I'm telling you, the narcissist knows that they are trash. But
Yeah.
we're not. We might think they have this high, self-esteem, whatever. That is the biggest lie we've ever told ourselves. They know that they are trash. That's why they don't respect people that think highly of them. They know how cruddy they are.
And that is so backwards of them.
Huh?
That is so backwards way of thinking, but you're right.
That's exactly how they think. That's who they are. They don't want some God. And see, that's why we get caught up in, what the new supply is doing for them. Oh man, they done went out and bought them this, and then they went over there and did that, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and all of these things. And it's like, guys, you wasting all of your thoughts and your brain power on what the narcissist thinks and the direction that they're going in. Man, this narcissist cannot stand people that are out there doing what you did. If the new supply is good to the narc, if you can see that they're good to the narc, they're buying them stuff, they're taking them on trips, they're doing all this lovey-dovey, the narcissist hates that person. The narcissist hates the person that's trying to be all in love and all pampering and all, good. And they hate that. They don't want some. Think about what they did when you were with them, trying to do the exact same thing. Oh man, let's just go somewhere and let's be in love and let's love on each other and let's hold hands and let's just vow to do this together forever. The narcissist, man, that stuff makes them sick. They hate it.
It's just a distraction, because these people literally wake up every day thinking what's going to be different today that was different from yesterday. They wake up every day thinking about their failures, that they didn't become anything yesterday. What am I going to accomplish today? Every day is a failure for them. Every day that they wake up, they look at all their failures in life. They look at where they are in life. These people do not like closure. They don't not only give you closure because they want to come back. They don't give you closure because they feel like they don't owe you no explanation as to why they want to leave you, why they blocked you, why they ghosted you. They don't give a damn about how you feel. All they care about is how they feel in that moment. And they leave that situation. These people like loose ends. And that's why it's always this eating them up inside. They have a pain inside of them that becomes hungry. And it needs that same energy in order to feed itself. And that's why they create chaos. They live in chaos to feed that pain. That's why they learn your childhood traumas and everything that's embarrassing to you, because they know that's a trigger to you in order to get you to react, to feed that pain so that they can feel comfortable.
Hey, y'all, hold up a second. Let me get these super chats out of the way real quick. Patrice Bean, thanks for that super chat. She said, saw that demon with the old new supply and all these evil thoughts came back. He's 68, she's 74, I'm 70. She said all these old, man, Trees, I'm trying to tell you, you just don't even understand. You don't understand. Tree said, "Hey, yo, after my husband died, I was alone for some years. He came into my life and gave me hope, not a nightmare." Well, again, when you see these people, remember what you went through. Guys, I'm telling you this because I'm telling you what human nature is, human activity. If someone is a good person, you are nobody's ever going to have to vouch for them.
No.
Nobody. They're not going to need 20 people to say, oh, no, so and so, they cool, blah, blah, blah. They're never going to need that. The only people that are going to need that are the people who ain't no good. You gotta convince people that that person is some good. No, they cool. No, they all right, blah, blah, blah. Because they're not all right. They're not cool. They absolutely are not. And when you have your mind wrapped around what other people think, man, that narc is going to have a time with you.
Yeah.
If I saw the narc with, man, listen, y'all, and I got to see the narc soon. Okay? Seeing the narcissist with somebody new. Oh, good God. It, listen, it solidifies that I'm no longer the sucker in the room. Okay? I'm no longer the one, I'm no longer the biggest sucker in the room. I'm no longer the one that everybody who knows the narcissist is laughing at. Okay? Because I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all just didn't even care. The people that are with the narc, the people that know the narc, man, they laughing at whoever the narc is with. They're laughing because they know how dirty the narc is. Guys, I've been around, I know other narcs. I've grown up with narcs. I've been around narcs that literally we would be at a cookout or a function somewhere. And the narc and just a group of us, knowing each other, the narc would have one person that they're with at the function and somebody they're seeing right in our same conversation. Because the narc wants to know, do you know that I'm getting with this person right here? I'm sitting here in just disbelief, like, wow. And I'm saying that to y'all to say, guys, you don't want to be, you no longer want to be the one that people are laughing at.
Yeah, for sure.
The narcissist, I guarantee you, they got side jokes and everything. They are sitting there like, wow, Harry look real stressed out today.
Yeah.
Woo, poor thing, poor thing. And guys, I'm saying it's silent jokes. Like, wow, he really don't know who she is. Good boy, oh boy, help that dude. Lord, help that dude. He still don't get it. He still hasn't figured it out. Guys, when you see the narc walking around with somebody, just smile. Just smile and think about it later. Just smile and think about it later. But know that you're not the person. You're not the person that is now the laughing stock.
Exactly.
You're not the one that they're laughing at anymore. No, it's not you anymore. They're laughing at this. They ain't laughing at me no more. And if it make you feel some type of way, I mean, I don't know why. The narcissists, you just see them with this person.
Yeah.
You don't see them with all of the other people they've been with, that they're still dealing with.
That person, the narcissist, with sometimes we fail to realize they still a whole demon. Like that stuff is so real. And when they cause you not to sleep and all of that, you got melatonin that you're supposed to produce, right? When you don't sleep, you don't produce this melatonin. Don't you know, like our life force, melatonin is supposed to be anti-aging, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and it's immunity, right? It gives us our immune system. When you don't sleep, all of that goes away. That's why they call it our life force DNA stuff. So when that happens, this demon is sucking out your life force. I mean, it goes really deep. That's why when you with this person, I mean, you start aging like how people would age if they was doing the meth stuff. You know,
Yeah,
they look like 10 years older in 2 years. You'll start like getting sick all the time. You'll have like autoimmune stuff. You'll have all these free radicals, and then you'll try all these different diet things. And like, I'm gonna eat more alkaline and all this other stuff and kelps and whatever other diets is out there, but it's really you connected to a whole life sucking demon. And
Yeah.
that's
wow,
bottom line. And that new supply, check them out in a couple years. They gonna start. You can tell their life is being sucked away while the narc is being rejuvenated. And so it's like we gotta really understand that our life and our soul was really on the line with
man.
these people, and we only fell for lies and false hope and venom that they spit out of their mouth. It's
That's it.
poison.
That,
None of it was real.
And people look at that they with these people. Why are they still with them? Why they still got to sell that delusion? I
mm,
mean, and y'all got to understand when I say it's a drought out there, it's a drought out there.
come on.
And so that's
Come on.
half the reason why they still sticking with these people, because they can't find nobody else to jump to. Because the next person that they trying to monkey branch to is just as toxic as them. So they like, I'd rather stay here with this drain person than to go over here with somebody who gonna match my energy.
And they gave up on love. They have abandoned themselves too. They just may not know it yet. They probably going through the mental health of depression and anxiety. Like, well, I'm having depression, anxiety. Now they in the beginning stages, but they didn't abandon themselves. When you're dealing with someone who is not capable of loving you, they say they have cognitive love, that's what they call it, but they never felt a feeling, an emotion of love, joy, and happiness. They feel anger, they feel shame, they feel guilt. So they say they have feelings, and this is coming from multiple their mouths when they talking to clinicians. They feel these. They don't have that feeling of love, and you can see it on scans as they don't have oxytocin. That nurturing, whatever was supposed to happen with them and their moms and stuff, didn't happen. It's gone.
Wow.
And that a whole demon stepped in, a demon personality, and now all they have is take, take, take. They see you happy, I want that happiness, I'm gonna drain it from you.
You
They
know,
see you having joy, give me that. They see this money, give me that. That's it.
let me say this. I disagree with the fact that they don't know how to love. They know what love is because they tried to love that parent and they saw that love got them hurt. And so now they turn their back on love. They know what love is, they know how to give it, they just don't want to give it. They don't want that intimacy and that connection with you because they know that they're going to catch feelings for you. And that's why they kind of back off. They do that push pull thing. When they pull away, that's because they feel that they're getting too close to you. That a connection may happen. That's why when they have sex with you, it's robotic. It's never, they never want that connection because they fear getting hurt. And that's why they turn their back on love, because they know love is pain. It's not supposed to be, but it
That,
is.
that was
And
deep.
it was something that was abandoned so far in childhood that they don't have it. Like they really, like they don't have it at all. Like what we feel is love is totally different. It's a completely different definition of what they would consider love. They consider it cognitive love. Like they know it to the point like I don't want nothing to happen to this person, or as far as their parents, like I don't want nothing to happen to them, or I might feel sad. But they don't feel it like with a heart thing, like
Right.
we would connect.
What? I gotta agree with you on that. And I say that because I'm feeling what both of y'all are saying, but I gotta agree with that just simply because love isn't something you can pretend with.
Right.
You can't go out there and be laid up with somebody knowing your heart, everything is right over here with this person for real, for real. Now, if you just straddling the fence, you can do whatever. But okay, let's say you did. You jumped out there you know, you done jumped out there with somebody else and just for some quick sex or whatever, but you're not trying to destroy home. A narcissist, if they had real love the way we do, you wouldn't be able to destroy that home. That is something that is put in all of us. And that is the reason that the narcissist knows, when I leave you, this is going to destroy you. Because you don't have the ability to walk away from this the way I'm able to walk away from this. Love is going to destroy you. You're going to have to figure it out. And when you think about it, after the relationship is over with, you're sitting there and you're wondering, like, we're the only ones checking. We're the only ones checking to see, did that person really love me? That narc is not checking because they know you really loved them.
Yeah.
We're the only ones checking. Like, wow, I can't believe I was with somebody. I thought you loved me. And that person did not love. No, they did not. Hell no. That was not what was presented.
No.
They presented a fraud. They presented a mirror. They said, hey, hey, hey. They hide behind the mirror. Hey, hey. That's exactly what they gave.
They sold you a vision of love because they know what love is supposed to be. And so that's why they turn it off, because they got hurt as a child by that caregiver who they tried to love, and that caregiver turned away from them. So they know what it's like. They just running from that hurt. They just chose not to give it. These people got empathy. They just chose not to have it for you. Everything they know how to love themselves, but they don't. They know how to have sympathy for themselves, but they don't. This stems from them not being able to sit in that pain throughout their life and deal with these are unprocessed feelings that keep coming up throughout their life, all that carnage, even childhood trauma that keep chasing them. And they keep running, but they the problem. It's going to follow them because they running from their problems they created. And so they're going to always have that. They're always going to have that pain that's eating at them every single day. Y'all don't understand this stuff. Man, eats at them every single day, every waking moment. And that's why they have to have chaos. But sometimes it lays dormant in them. And that's why you think sometimes you have peace. That's because that pain is not flaring up at that moment. And that's when they can have good times with you and have create memories with you. But then once that pain flare up from a failure or from a trigger, now they got to create chaos in order to feed that pain because they need that same energy.
Oh boy, y'all getting a session tonight. Like it or not. Yes, you are. Okay, so Rise Up. Thanks for that super chat, Rise Up. Rise Up said, How do y'all deal with your children, preteen or teen, having to be around these people because of co-parenting? You ain't watched the channel, I see.
Yeah.
They fought for that. They fought for that. We know they don't really want. Oh, they fought for what we really know they don't want. Okay. So how do you deal with the children having to be around these people? So listen, at the end of it, for me, I'm just going to say that, the children are going to have a relationship with that person, and the children are going to look at that person, and the children are going to say, like, wow, like, why doesn't this parent act like other kids' parent acts? Like, why doesn't my father act like other kids' fathers? Or why doesn't my mother act like other kids' mother? See, when they have you in their life, they have one normal parent in their life. See, you're really going to be the scapegoat because they're like, hey, I'm getting everything I need from you. You're logical. Everything with this parent makes sense. You know, there's no mystery. You know, this parent isn't lying to me. They're not triggering me. They're not taking me through all this craziness. But this other parent, they like, whoa, are you sure this is my parent? Because this person has no real connection to me. Mm-hmm. They're trying to figure out, like, what is that all about? You know, but as far as co-parenting with that person, you know, I just would not call it myself doing that. I wouldn't call myself doing that. And it would be shameful to say, you know, I had a child very young and, you know, me and that person, that child's mom broke up at a very young age for the child. And we got to, you know, she would have to parent to some level or whatever she's doing with the child. And I would do what I'm doing. But it would be two separate situations because some people just don't have that sense about them of what's best for the child. Yeah. Some people just do. They were not cut from that. They were not cut from that cloth. Okay. Then they have no real interest in, you know, this child other than how they're going to get to you because, hey, you don't love me, but you love this child. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get you like that. So, you know, that's why I still say, hey, man, use the weapon that works every time. And that is no contact. Okay. Since we can't get it together, let's go. Because see, this is my thing. You don't have to go to a court. Believe it or not, guys, you don't have to go to a court to raise a child with somebody. You can just come to a mutual agreement to say, hey, man, you know what? Listen, you know, we got a child together. And, you know, at the end of the day, this is about the child now. You and I, our situation has run its course. You know, I'm going my way. You're going your way. Listen, you know, look, let's do this. I'm going to raise a child to, you know, and I'm going to do this. And if we can have that much of an agreement where we can at least agree on how we're going to raise this child separately, man, you got a good situation right there.
Oh, yeah.
You got the perfect situation, but we all know ain't no narc going to do that.
The court is they stage like, oh, we about to be on TV and they mad. Like I get to impress the judge and make you look bad. You going to court. It's gonna be terrible.
They got a narcissist.
They're gonna weaponize those children. And then they'll get in their head, they'll buy them things, they'll do all of this stuff, and then, you know, everything will be your fault. Like they will blindside you. Well, it's because your mother won't get you here or do this with you. I can't see you because your mother doing this, and they'll have the supply in the background saying stuff. It's terrible.
You know, my advice is always what you do over there is what you do over there. What you do is what you do over here, because the narcissist is always going to try to go against what you're doing. And they're going to always do something where you're going to have a problem with it. So you're going to have to come to grips with that child is living a whole nother life over there in that home. And when you get that child to your home, then it's a whole nother situation. And that's why I always advise people never bash the other parent to that child, because that child is going to see them for who they are eventually. Gotcha. I never bashed this man to my son. Even when he was in his feelings, I never bashed that man. And I always told him, that's your dad. If you love him or you want to be around him, it's okay for you to say that. I'm not going to make him dismiss his feelings because of how I feel for that person. That's for him to decide when he gets older and see this person for who he is. Because if you bash that person and they get that out of that child, then they're going to say nice things about you to that child to make you look like you're the problem to turn that child against you.
There you go.
Narcissists always do different from what you want. So how I did it in my divorce is I would say I wanted certain things, knowing I wanted the opposite. And what did he do on his parenting plan? The opposite. So I basically getting what I want because they gonna always go against the grain.
Every single time. That's all they know. That's their blueprint.
Yep.
If they think this is what you really want, that's what you're really not going to get. That's what you're gonna fight the hardest to prevent you from being able to get. Whoo, man. Good gracious, y'all. All right.
And you have to keep them in reality. Like, I mean, just yesterday, this is how the narcissists think. They stay stuck in time on however they were, like as far as the bashing you. Well, we would some call the discard. I call the relief, the liberation, but they call it, the discard. Like the first husband, we have grown children, and he was like, he called and said, "Why do you make co-parenting so difficult? Because the 17-year-old didn't get an Uber from me." This is the delusion. And you have to constantly say, like, first, you're trying to make yourself relevant, but those type of conversations, you just have to block. And then you sit down with your teenager and you explain to them, like, it's okay, I'm permitting you, like, I have no problem with you going to stay or visit or spend time. These are my boundaries, as far as I'm not going to be involved in the transport when they are able to come and get you, or I'm not going to pay the fee. Now, if it's a way that I have to pay for you to come back, okay, but as far as being bullied into doing something, that's a boundary. And the 17-year-old understood, but they were like ready to go. Like they're always ready to go, ready to attack decades later. And I had to explain, like, most of they're grown, they're adults. The oldest is almost 30, co-parenting, but they still in their minds are stuck in the past, feeling like they are still having this control to weaponize the children.
Yeah.
Whew.
Let me say this. Let me say this, Harry, too. Sometimes y'all got to understand that new person that they with, they be over there calling the shots on what's going on in that home too. Yeah. And I was fortunate enough to be with somebody who, well, I'm not with them, but for him to be with somebody that doesn't want him around his kid because she knows that that's a way to me. It's best if these people are not in your child's life, but if the courts gets involved, then that's going to happen. But I've been fortunate. We've had this whole situation going on, and my son hasn't seen him in, like, I think almost 2 years, and it has nothing to do with me. He just stopped coming to the visits, and I documented everything. I made police reports every time he didn't show up. You guys have to do that, because they will throw that on you and then throw it on social media and say you're bitter, you're withholding the child. This is what's out there about me, but I have paperwork to prove different. I'm not going out there and try to defend nothing nobody said about my name, because the people that they're putting it out to is the people that believe them and like them. They don't like you. They're going to believe what they put out there about you. So you just talking to a brick wall when you're trying to defend something that people chose to believe anyway. And some of them don't even believe it. They know that person, but they still ain't going to take your side.
Not going to do it,
Exactly. 100%. That was fire. Exactly.
If you think that somebody, that doesn't, that chose their relationship over their own child, went off and is living a good life somewhere, man, I'm gonna keep saying it. You crazy. You crazy when you start believing they out somewhere living it up, and you stuck with the baby somewhere, and they living it. They not having no involvement with their child.
No.
How could you be living it up somewhere when you ain't doing nothing for your own children? How? Please, somebody put that in the chat. How you can be living it up and you won't do nothing for your own child? There's no good air for you to breathe on this planet when you're doing stuff like that.
And y'all just be thinking they be, over there being the best stepdad to other kids, even taking care of their own. And these people be thinking they have a prize over there. Oh, I took him. Oh, I got this. I got that. If he walked away from his, just imagine how much less yours mean to him when he walk away.
Exactly. That's 100%
away
true.
from their own flesh and blood children. I wouldn't want my children around somebody who did that. Like, oh, hell no. Because they don't even care about their own. Your children are just a sacrifice at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Martha, thanks for that super chat, Martha. Martha said, I know that the ex-narc is, I'm thinking you're saying surviving or serving?
Suffering.
Suffering, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. I know that the ex-narc is suffering. And the new supply is bleeding with a 6-month-old baby. Wow. He rang my doorbell last night.
Last week.
That's sweet.
Damn, I'm tripping. I'm tripping, y'all. He rang my doorbell last week. I am your flying monkey, Harry, China, and Keisha. Love and strength to our huddle. Guys, so he rang your doorbell. He with her. Again, y'all. And he probably rang your doorbell and tried to act like, no, I don't want you. I forgot my favorite eraser. I forgot it. And he just wants to know if he can come back home because he done destroyed that situation over there with that other woman. That's all. He just wants to know if he can come back home.
Yes, that my favorite eraser is really, if he was being honest, said, please let me in, get me away from that hollering ass baby.
They can't take that.
Are so glad to see him that you're willing to just forget about everything that he has done, everything that he's taken you through. He's hoping that you just saying, hey, baby, I'm just glad you home, and pull him in the house. That's all. Yes, he absolutely misses home. But he know he has created another situation that he got to deal with, but he don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
He looking for the way out right now. Guys, trust and believe. When you done with somebody, you are not going to listen. If I had to collect $1 million prize, $1 million in cash, I ain't collecting it from her house.
No.
I ain't knocking on that door, man. I ain't knocking on that door. I'm just not. That's just what it is. Because that's over. That's over. So I'm saying for somebody to come to you, for somebody to come to your house, for whatever the reason he could muster and figure out, whatever the reason was, that's him saying to you, listen, Martha, I'm really not done yet. You know, I know what I did, but I really want to see that look in your eye to see if, you still feel that for me. That's what I need to know. Do you still feel anything? Tell him no.
No contact forever.
No.
Focus for Life. Thanks for the super chat. Focus for Life said, why do narcs chase after people who don't want them? Or, no, I'm sorry. And who actually, hold up. Why do
she probably
after people who don't want them and who actually
want them? That's what she meant to say.
She's saying, why do they chase people who don't want them and people who actually do? Is that what she's saying?
I believe so.
Okay. But treat people that care about them like garbage. Why? Why do they chase people that don't want them? Because why? I'm gonna go to because I said it a little while ago. I'm gonna say it again though. The reason that a narcissist wants people that don't want them is because they know they cruddy. They know they dirty. They hate themselves. Okay, they hate themselves. Believe it or not, I know that's a hard one to believe. It's like, how you gonna hate yourself? You ain't gonna hate yourself. People, lots of people hate themselves. Yes, they.
Oh, yeah, they got self-hatred for real.
Yes, they absolutely have mastered self-hatred. They
Yeah.
are the poster children of self-hatred. But what? But treat people that care about them like garbage because they gotta treat you like garbage. You're saying you love garbage. When you're dealing with one of them, when you are in a relationship with a narcissist thinks like this. They still think in somewhat, even though they're delusional, they have delusional mindsets. They still live in reality, and the reality that they live in is that they are the cruddiest person ever. They're always thinking of how to get over on somebody, how
Yeah.
to manipulate somebody. They're always their mind is constantly rambling on how they can run a trick on you.
Hmm.
So they know that with all the stuff I have taken you through, which is a lot of stuff, you still care about me? They're looking at you and they're saying, why? How could you still want me knowing? How could you want me knowing I ain't that I'm trifling? That I'm gonna lie to you, that I'm gonna steal from you, that I'm gonna gaslight you, that I'm gonna cheat on you, that anything bad I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
How could you still want me? They looking at you like, nah, something wrong with you. So yeah, you think you're gonna get me, but I'm gonna get you.
And you know what? It's not even just that. It goes back to what y'all have to understand is these people have had emotional incest with their parental figure. And that's why when you in a relationship with these people and you start to get on them about things, you're not my mom, you're not my dad. After you've been with them for so long, they parentify you. And now you're like a mother or a father to them and you're familiar. So now they don't want to be with you. They want to go chase somebody else. And the more you cling on to them, they push you away. You're clingy, you're needy. They want to chase people who don't want them because they can't take the rejection. It's not because that person is special. It's that person saying, you think you're all that, but you're not that to me. So they have to conquer that person and chase that person. And that's why I always tell people when they ignore you, that's because they're chasing somebody who's ignoring them.
Come on, say that.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. They are creatures of habit. They are creatures that repeat the same things that they're going through. And when you wake up to what they're doing, you will absolutely see that that person mirrored you when you met them.
Yeah.
You met them, that was a mirror you were looking at. And the reason that you know it was a mirror is because, guys, they cannot show you that person again.
No, that's a once in a lifetime thing.
That's it. That's it. You getting it one time.
Yep.
Okay. You getting one good love bomb. That's it. Okay.
And that person don't exist. Like they really, the way that their brain work, it's just if you try to figure it out, you will be studying them for years and years because it doesn't make sense. It's no sense to it. They've abandoned love, like they literally say, like, and I could say it from like a observing, I'll say like my mom's, narcissistic covert, and the statements that are made are, there is no love, like there's no love, like how are you having this emotion, like there's no emotion even towards like child bonding, it's just, it's not there. And They everything is done out of necessity and transaction. Just like Satan would do. Like if Satan would say, "Hey, I'm gonna make you a star. I'm gonna give you this kingdom. I'm gonna make your name shine bright." Okay, he might do that up front for about 2 minutes. Then that's gonna fall to crap, and then he's gonna take everything from you, including your soul. That's how narcs do. They say, "Hey, I'm gonna love you. Like we're gonna get this marriage. Let's get this house." Everything up front is done. We got the house, the marriage, the kid. Boom. That's what the TV said do. Now I'm bored. I'm ready to move on. I got to do this with somebody else. And it's just like, you would look at them like, well, how could you just do that? And we have a family. It wasn't a family. It was what would needed to be done so that they can be secure in this fantasy they had temporarily. Now they got a new fantasy. And they don't understand why you don't understand about their new fantasy. They might come back to this one, but it's old right now. And that's literally how they think. It's not about
Yeah.
emotion attachment.
Mm.
That's why I don't believe that they intentionally leave you with no closure. I think that narcissists have a habit of leaving loose ends. And once they get into these new delusions and these new fantasies, you surface because they never dealt with those feelings. And so now when they come back to you, it's because they have to deal with them feelings. And then they repeat that cycle when you let them back in. And then it's like, damn, now they thinking about that person that they just left because that was loose ends over there. And so that's why they always run it back and forth to everybody because it's loose ends when they leave somebody else. It's not for closure. I don't think they care about giving you closure. I think they leave because they really feel like they want a clean slate. But then because they left the loose ends over here, now they thinking about you, thinking about how things went bad. So now they want to come back over here and dissolve these feelings.
There you go. We'll come
It's
back
a
to God
cycle.
again.
Yep. It's a
and
cycle.
and they thinking about you. It's not thinking about you in a way where they feel like I was so in love with this person. It might be something that you did that they were able to mimic. Oh, I miss them being smart and telling me this, or I miss them being funny, and they used to have this joke and make me laugh. And this person don't make me laugh like that, but that person did. But
Yeah.
I either way it go, I'm okay. But I do kind of miss that. But it's not a point of they miss it because they want a bond, unconditional love. That requires that love. It requires oxytocin, which comes from God, but it requires that. But if you don't have that chemical, and brain scans show that it is not there with them, when you don't have that producing, you
Mm-hmm.
can't. You're not going to nurture. You're not going to bond. You're not going to connect. It's not going to happen. You can think it. You can have cognitive, what they call cognitive empathy, cognitive love. Is that's when you know what it should look like, what it should be like. You see it on TV. That's the reaction. They smile. That means they're happy. They can put images together that way. But as far as actually feeling it from the heart and from the soul, that's not there. That's a disconnect.
See, and that's the thing too. When they leave us, the reason why we can't stop thinking about them and stuff like that is because when they leave, our minds are like hoarders. We hoarder all these feelings, all these emotions, all these thoughts, all these memories, and everything is just like furniture floating around the room. And we got to organize everything, but we so off balance that we can't even sit down and process what just happened to us. So that's part of why, you guys are, if you still thinking about them and stuff, you have to get inside your head and get rid of that clutter.
Man,
Mhm.
you walking.
Trauma fragments the mind. Like when someone have a traumatic event, it shatters it. So then it's like a computer file. You have some things of your personality stored in this file A, some things stored in file B, some things filed in in C, but you were in survival automatic with them for so long, you
Mm.
were in a whole different drive in that computer. And that's what trauma does, it shatters. So you have to spend like the first 6 months or so just putting pieces of yourself back together. And that's where all that rumination is there. You trying to recap what happened, what was last said, what could be different, was it real? You really have to be like coached or have some therapy or have someone, third party professional there guiding you through that shattered brain, because trying to deal with it on your own is only going to lead back to you into a narcissist's arms or that narcissist or something, because your brain, you need help building that reality. That trauma does that.
Hmm. Man, I tell y'all, boy, y'all just going in deeper and deeper and pulling them layers back off of them. Man, I'm gonna tell you though, when you look at that trauma, the lies that you heard every day, naturally, when you hear the truth, you naturally just accept it. And it goes right through your mind and it's boom, it goes and fits exactly the way it's supposed to fit. But when a narc lies to you, even though you might not call them out on it, it's something about a lie that doesn't compute the same way as the truth. It doesn't filter through your mind the same way the truth does. A lie will sit there, and what it does is, and this is what this is my belief of what rumination really is. Rumination is just all the lies this person has told you for the entire time they were with you. It's just everything right inside of your head, just circling, circling. Because if you think about it, rumination is just you all day thinking, like, damn, what was true? What was real? What was a lie? Why would they do this? It's just a bunch of unanswered questions, and everything is just spinning and it's spinning. And you're just sitting there saying, okay, well, this thing had to be true because of that. And they wouldn't do that because their mama connected to that. So I know they would they?
But you see how you figuring stuff out? When you solve a problem or solve an issue, and I always go to brain, it releases dopamine. That's your pleasure chemical. So when people are like, I really like was liking this person, you really didn't. You liked them for like the first month or two. Then when you found out they were cheating, that sucked, or when they did something terrible, that was horrible. Then it became an addiction, because you start getting addicted to catching them in their lies and the shenanigans. It was like you were lying, got you here. Nothing was ever completely done, until the final discard had happened. But in the midst of all the push pull and those doses of love, like, okay, you called me, you found me out, want you in your brain, dopamine is released, a reward is released when you figure something out or solve it. So it doesn't matter what situation it applies to, whether it's getting a job promotion,
Mhm.
whether it's doing some goal or creating a project, it's still released. Now, when you solve what happened with the narcissist and you get them to temporarily change for about 2 minutes, that dopamine release. And then that's pleasure. It's like,
Right.
and then you get addicted to it, just the way dopamine is released when people smoke crack. Same thing, same little part of the brain that be firing. So that's what you have withdrawal from when they're gone all the way, even though you know it's for the best. Like, even when a person know, I'm about to go in rehab for 3 months, it's for the best that I don't smoke crack. I got to completely get away. You know that that's the best. Once you get out of rehab and people smoking it around you, it's like you see these relationships. Dang, I miss that, but you really don't.
No.
Your brain playing tricks on you. So you gotta also, even though you do spiritually, you gotta get that stuff right with God, but you gotta figure out that dopamine.
You
You
know,
gotta start getting that dopamine fixed a different way
hey,
than the narc.
Keisha, I'm glad you said that your mind played tricks on you. I said this about, I think I said this 3 or 4 years ago. Man, your mind is a drug addict.
Mhm.
It wants that dopamine.
It
It
does.
wants that dopamine. It's a
Remember Janet Jackson's song, The Pleasure Principle?
yeah, yeah.
For all those who remember Janet Jackson, she had that song. She wasn't playing.
But hey, you know what? Ain't no way 34 said discernment. I like that because, you know, You can tell yourself something just for pleasure, but you know there's a consequence to whatever you're telling yourself. Now, when something is right, it's going to feel that way and it's going to make sense. Okay? It's going to make sense. That's the one thing you got to add to everything you do in life. Does this make sense? Because as long as it makes sense, you're not going to have that feeling like, wow, why did I do that? You know, like, well, it made sense at the time, you know. But, you know, when it comes to dealing with the issue of narcissism, and you're trying to figure out, you know, how do I get my mind back? How do I get my feet back on the ground? You know, that is not an easy task because you have gone through a war and you don't even know it. You don't even know. You feel it. You feel like a casualty of war, but you don't know you really just went through an all-out war.
Oh, yeah.
But because it doesn't look like the wars that you see on TV, you don't think of it that way. Listen, the golden rule to a narcissist is, man, if they can get you confused, they can keep you that way for a long time.
Yes, sir.
A lot of us have been confused for a long time. Listen, they can only plant their seeds in soil that is fertile, meaning they can only do what they want to do to you when you are confused, when your mind is delusional. They must have you in a state of delusion, or they cannot run the game on you that they want to run on you. And at the end of their game, every time you are destroyed. That's the game plan. And they know that if they cannot destroy you, y'all hear me? If they cannot destroy you, it will destroy them. Y'all wasn't ready.
See, and the thing is, too, these people, they know the anatomy. They know it better than us, and they know what works and what doesn't work. And they know that we are addicted to outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to always try, humans are always going to try to solve a problem. And see, and that's where they don't have to put in the work. All they got to do is plant the seed and convince you of the lie, and you'll do the rest.
Come on.
And that's what they need us for. If we're not going to live in their reality, they need us in a reality that's not real. They need us to see something other than what we see. And we're so wanting to be in that marriage and in that relationship that we're not seeing it for what it is. We're seeing it for what we want it to be. And that's called outcome driven. We're looking for a different outcome other than what's in front of us.
Man, yeah. And you know what? They know what we're about as human beings. They already know, listen, you like holidays. Some of y'all like holidays. Celebrating. You like family. You like being loved on. They walk right into your life knowing you like all of these things. They're going to give you that front and pretend with you that they like it too.
Yeah.
And because you saw that at the beginning, you believe that they must have run off with somebody because they feel that with this person now. Wrong again. And I think, and the reason that I'm really on that, man, the reason I'm really on that, guys, is because I promise you that's the only thing holding you in pain.
Yeah.
That's the last thing holding you in pain. It's just the thought that it's you. You truly will get to that place where you believe it was you. No, you're not going to say it that way. You're not going to say it that way because they did so much for so long to beat you down, to tear you down, you start thinking, man, it must have been me. Because they just went on with their life like, like I didn't even exist.
And that's where you got to deal with your own self-hatred. Like you got to deal with those your own thoughts of like self-hatred, self-rejection, self-critical, things that come out of trauma in childhood that you can kind of, when a situation happens or a crisis, if you were ever like the peacekeeper, or if you have ever tried to be self-sustainable, it's easier for you to take on things and just put it on yourself than to try to go exterior with it. But if you ask these four words, well, maybe I was, that's a flag right there that everybody should catch when dealing with a narc, because they just put in that self-doubt. They just caused you, who were once confident, at a point to where they selected you, because they picky on who they select, but the ones that they really attach to the point where you in this kind of situation where it was like long term, and they considered you a good source of sustainable supply. I don't like to use like the grading and stuff, because they don't, based on their stuff is just ridiculous. But if they considered you someone that they looked up to, that means you had some type of confidence. If they get you to doubt yourself, that can keep you in
Come on.
this type of attachment, because you're always thinking, well, maybe I was, and that's their goal in the whole relationship, is to get you to constantly doubt little things like, well, you only think like that because your mom didn't love you, or your dad did this, or your dad left, that's why you're overreacting. And you probably in a relationship start coming on you. Well, maybe I was tripping. Well, maybe I was too hard on my kid. Maybe I did this wrong. Well, maybe I said that. Maybe I did overspend. You kept saying it so long to where that's on an automatic. And if you don't catch that that's what you're doing, it's going to be hard to reconstruct that split in your brain, because you got to get that split together, and you got to get rid of that cognitive dissonance that they created, the difference between that love and abuse, where they made love and abuse seem like one and the same.
Yeah.
But you got to get that split together,
Come on.
and you got to quit doubting yourself. Yes, you did see what you seen, you heard what you heard, everything happened the way you know that it happened in real time.
But you know what? They got their new tactics now is this thing that got called negging. You guys ever heard of that? It's called
Yeah.
negging, where they would take you when they first meet you or take you on a date or something, they give you some backhanded comment where you could be the most confident person, but they say something so backhanded that you start doubting yourself. This is their new tactics.
Man.
They're not waiting to get in a relationship because they know it's hard out there. So they breaking at your confidence in the gate. They're smearing your name in the gate, setting
Yeah.
you up in the gate, because the minute you say something to them, which I don't understand, these are just not decisions that they're making on their own. They run to family members and say, this girl I met, she did this. Why would she do that? And they family get them advice. And now that person is on their side, but now they just smeared your name to this person. They instantly the victim. So when that situation failed in the early stages or later down the line, you have been set up as a problem.
And you know what? That's something that you said that, negging. I heard that term, I guess, recently. I just didn't know what it was. But I'm thinking to myself right now, like, man, listen, guys, they're banking on you trying to figure them out. Listen, if I know that I can run any game on you, as long as I keep you confused, as long as I keep you confused, as long as I don't give you that reality check, that closure that you're looking for, they know what you're looking for. That's why you never getting it out of them. And as long as they never give it to you, you're going to forever be trying to figure out what you did wrong. What I got to do for you to treat me like that? Why are you treating this new supply like you treating them, but you never did that for me? You couldn't even take me to McDonald's. You taking them out to Ruth Chris and all these other places. And And you wouldn't even bring us nothing home from the Chinese carryout. What is going on? And y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even understand that the things you see them doing in the new relationship, they're doing that stuff just for you. You think they're doing it for this new person because you think that they were doing things for you when y'all met. You didn't even know everything they were doing for you. If they was doing anything, they were doing it to prove to the last person they were with that it was them. You just got sucked into something. You ain't have a clue what you was dealing with. You just didn't know.
Yeah.
And they're hoping you never figure this out.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, guys, even if you don't figure it out, hear me out. Even if you don't figure it out, as long as you have boundaries, you don't have to figure it out. Because your boundaries will protect you regardless if you figured it out or not. Your boundaries won't allow you to deal with somebody when, oh, hold up, you was lying about that. Like, you're an entire adult and you sitting here lying to me? For what? No, I can't do that. I can't, because people that lie steal. People that steal will kill you. People that manipulate and all that, you got to go through all of that stuff. If you do one, you do everything. When you have boundaries, that's all you need. You don't have to figure this out.
Yeah. Because a narc gonna always try to cross them boundaries, and that's how you know. Because they go full force at them boundaries. Like you not because a boundary to them is an ultimatum. And they don't like ultimatums.
There you go. There you go. And a lot of times when you show them a boundary from that first conversation, they'll back wow, really? Oh, okay. They'll try to make you seem like you crazy. You too. Oh man, something wrong with you. They'll give you that without saying it. They'll give you that impression. But the reality is what they're saying is, oh, I can't run this bull on you. I can't confuse you. They are very aware when they're dealing with someone who ain't having it. They're only looking for the ones that are having it. And when you dealt with the narc, you was having it. How do I know? Because I was having it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's so hard out there for a pimp now. So they trying to get the ones that ain't having it. Because trust me, they know I talk about this and they want me even more because they gonna show me. They want to show me.
Oh no, I know how to get her.
Oh yeah.
You know
They are very deluded. That's it. They're deluded and they're grandiose and they never ever stop. It's the Terminator. Until that's it. They don't end.
Y'all know what? Before we get out of here, I wanted to say something about that situation. I did a video on Tia Mowry and her husband. Was it Corey Hardrick?
Yeah.
I was calling Corey a narc, man. Didn't know nothing about what he did. Didn't know nothing about the situation. Just assuming because she's the perfect candidate for a covert. She is the perfect candidate for one because her public image is she's just the sweetest thing ever. And that dude has not this whole time. Now y'all know Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know Hollywood. If somebody even thought they saw you with so and so and somebody got a story to tell, it's worth some money out there. They gonna tell it. And this is almost a year later, or it's a year later, and it's in the lie still ain't came out. Who was he with? Who? And they both have said, "Oh no, he wasn't cheating. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. It was her. It was her the whole time." But because she's this sweet, innocent, the innocent one, and that female destroyed a whole family. and was able, her narrative, and the reason I'm bringing this up is it was the perfect storm. Corey, he loved that woman so much. He just want his family back. Even to right now. Even to right now. He said, yeah, y'all just don't understand. I was crying myself to sleep. But even to right now, that dude still wants her back. What he doesn't see, her issue is that she wanted the streets so bad. She really thought like, man, look at how I ran this game on him. Wait till I get in these streets. All of these fools gonna be wanting to marry me. And she got in them streets and found out, she found out the hard way. Running right to another actor, because they behind the scenes and Corey, I know when you see the video, champ, don't think for one second that wasn't going on the whole time. But see, Corey ain't telling everybody the real, situation that was going on behind closed doors. This ain't the first time that she jumped out there like that, bro. People who are that way are that way. They're that way. She got a sister. They both have these super squeaky clean images. She could do anything. You would just think that she went to the bathroom and apple pie came out. Okay? And those are the people that you better watch. Man, you better watch yourself more than anything. And that's why you cannot go on looks. You cannot go on looks, because when you get caught up in somebody's look, that's all a narc is waiting on. That's all a narc is. A narc is just like a snake. Guys, you look at a snake is a beautiful creature. It is one of the most beautiful creatures out here. It is. But the thing is you know what a snake will do. So it ain't so beautiful no more, is it? To the eyes, to the image, if you didn't know that snake would bite you and unalive you, you would love to play with it. Oh, wow, it's beautiful. Look at his skin. Look how it moves. It's fascinating. But because you know what happens when you play with the snake, that's one of the ugliest creatures ever to be created. Yeah.
Can I say something about this story? I heard it's not a real story, but this is like our situation. It say a lady had a python, and a python would sleep in the bed with her every night. And then, eventually it stopped eating, and she noticed it wouldn't eat. So she took it to the doctor, and she told the doctor that it wasn't eating. And the doctor told her it wasn't eating because it was preparing to eat you.
That's a real story. That's how pythons do.
That's exactly how they do.
Yeah, that's how they do.
These wild animals, sharks too. This lady was swimming with the shark, looked at it in the eye. She's like, and we had this wonderful connection. And the eye looked like yellow and described the eye color. And then she said the shark turned around and was going away. And she had this moment. It immediately came back and started biting on her. And this is exactly what you're dealing with the narcissist. Everything seems wonderful. You have this wonderful connection. Meanwhile, they studying you to devour you. Like their running thoughts in their head is, if you have success, they feel like that should have been their success. Why do you have it? I have to figure out a way to get it back from you. If you have good looks, that should be their good looks. So while I'm with you, I'm gonna look good, then I'm gonna take your looks and then I'm gonna discard you and I'm gonna shine. Like that's how they do.
Because that's who they are.
Yeah.
The peacock. It's actually a peacock spirit, but it's the peacock thing that they always have to be on the show and, fluff their feathers and all eyes on me.
There you go.
And you know what?
You think you're going to steal the show from them? No. They listen. Everything in their life is about showing everybody that you're not the person that everybody thinks you are. They know who they chose when they chose you. They chose somebody that people at least have a certain level of respect for.
Yeah.
Y'all think that even though we might not look at that as being something big, that's big because people don't look at the narc that way. People look at the narc like, oh man, you over there messing with so and so. Oh my goodness, why? Like, okay. People, they got side bets at y'all wedding. How long before she catch him with Slim? How long before he see her out with dude?
Yeah.
Yes, they're having side bets at your wedding.
And not even knowing that these people that they going to getting advice from is setting them up for failure because they secretly want you. That happens.
Nobody would believe that Corey either. But what did Corey ever say? I never heard him say anything.
Did he?
I don't think he said anything. Nah, man. No, I don't think I got it wrong. Because time is telling. Time is telling. Who and I'm gonna say this. You go look at her videos that she makes. Now she recently made a video, and this really what kind of got me on this story. She recently made a video calling herself a hoe, but she spelled it HOE, happiness over everything. You see how the devil play with words? You see how the devil play with this language? See, a woman ain't gonna never call herself that.
No.
I don't care what it spell out. I don't care if it spell out billionaire. A real woman ain't gonna never call herself a Jezebel.
No.
She not gonna see. That's how a Jezebel does. Do little slick stuff like that to make you think, oh no. What I'm saying is happiness over everything. That's what a HOE is. No, that's not what a HOE is. We know what a HOE is. That's game. That is game. And yes, she said it. Go look on her TikTok channel. You'll see that and other ones too. Listen, she's showing people who she is. But that's what I'm saying. When you can't see, you're not going to see the devil for who the devil truly is until you really know how to look at a devil. When you stop looking at how pretty it is, how handsome they are, and start looking at what they're doing. Like, wow, why would somebody that's a good person say that? Especially in the society we in. And why would you say that and you got a daughter? Why would you even entertain that? You got a daughter that's watching social media and your daughter going to see the same thing. No, honey, that's just the happiness over everything. No, it's not. No, it's not happiness over everything. She cruddy.
And y'all better stop getting caught on them looks, because there's the STDs behind those looks.
That's look, and I'm gonna say this, y'all. I gotta take it. It is what it is. The best looking people
are the worst.
Man, they usually end up by themselves.
Yeah.
At some point in the game, the person that they're with, you won't be able to tolerate the level of craziness that you're gonna deal with. When they are narcissistic, don't get me wrong, you can be a beautiful person that's an empath too. Okay. But you're gonna act like one.
Yeah.
And narcs don't act like that. And they're always going to end up alone. Even when a narcissist is in a relationship, they're alone. Okay. Yeah. Never, ever do you need to ever think that, they went and got married though. And
they only got married because they found somebody that was willing to do the long-term thing with them. I talked to a man who told me that he knew he was going to be alone, so he just lived his life having fun, sleeping with different women. And he said his favorite women was married women and prostitutes. He said he liked married women because he loved the thrill of cheating with them, and he loved prostitutes because he know they was brought up the hard way like him.
Wow.
This stuff up, y'all.
You can't.
You cannot make this stuff up, man.
Yeah.
That's the main thing a narcissist loves. not only do they get to destroy your family, but if they can go help destroy another one at the same time, man, that's double jeopardy for a narc. That's a good day. They like, hey, not only did I throw my family situation in the trash, but I got this person over here. I convinced them to do the same thing.
See, but Harry O, he said he didn't want the marriage to end. He said because he loved the thrill of the possibility of getting caught. Once he got caught, it was done. And see, he said he liked the prostitutes because those are the ones that were willing to commit crimes with him and do stuff and go their way, and he can call them back for fun. So these people are always chasing fun. They like different people for different reasons, but at the same time they'll marry somebody or be in a long-term relationship with somebody because you that person that's going to be there when all this fun is over with and when all is said and done, and they need a crutch. You're just a crutch. You're nothing else important to them. They for the streets.
Woo, man.
On the street. My ex had all his ex the different females that was like prostituting or on drugs and stuff. All of them are at Johnny on the spot if he called. All of the ex guys that he was in prison with, Johnny on the spot at a call. He's still intimately messing with all of them, like on their whole little escapade levels, but they're not changing phone numbers. They're not getting rid of people. They're not doing any of that stuff. The wife is only the image smokescreen to hide who they really are. It's part of the mask. Like they have to find a wife that fits a part of trusting. Like even the next one,
There you go.
she looks trusting, and they have to immediately replace that because everybody see them for who they are. Everybody was like, and he a whole con, like, especially if they got any kind of like sense or, any common sense in dealing with people, they can know like a crook when they see a crook. But when they have this wife image that's trusting, that the community like, that's who they have to put up front to kind of hide behind. That's that whole covert thing. That's their way of doing it. Meanwhile, they're swindling, they're conning, they're setting up nonprofits, they're getting people's money. They do all of that stuff. Very grimy,
Mm,
very
And they
grimy.
know that you're there
man.
because you financially depend on them. You don't want to see nothing happen to them. So you're going to get in there and you're going to clean that mess up to make sure that nothing happens to them.
Yep,
Mm, mm.
because they know you love. And that's where they get you. They got you to love them and fall for they. You got to abandon their inner child. Abandon all that stuff. When they say they was all abusing, a lot of people was, and it was terrible. It's a terrible thing. But you have to abandon that whole story, everything that they told you, because at the end of the day, the person who they are now likes to do criminal, terrible, horrible,
Oh,
painful
yeah.
things to people, and
Oh,
you are
yeah.
the number one person they are taking up top.
Hey, y'all. Another incredible evening in here with y'all. My goodness, man. I was learning stuff in here tonight. I love these sessions, man. I love these sessions, man.
That's why I got these on. It's time to read them.
And
They look really nice too.
Thank you. And I got the bifocals on the bottom so I can see them real good.
how you rolling with it today? What y'all gonna leave them with tonight, ladies? What y'all gonna leave the people with for the weekend? Give them some words of wisdom, something that's gonna get them to help them get to that breakthrough. Drop it on them.
Always question those four words. Well, maybe I. When you find yourself saying that, that's it. Get yourself back into reality. No, it's not. I seen what I seen. I heard what I heard. The reality is what it was. And that's it. Walk away from them. Understand that the choice that was made was the correct one for you not to be in a life. They still have that whole cloud of destruction that follows them, car breakdowns, money losses. These are all the things we don't talk about that happens that becomes part of your storms.
Come on.
All of their flattened tires like every two months. They got another flattened tire or something. Like just different stuff that happens to them that you always ask the question, like, I can't believe that happened. Those are those statements. Well, maybe stop yourself there. And when they always got stories where you just got to say, I can't believe that happened. Stop yourself there. Chances are you're dealing with a narc.
Ooh, give it to him, China.
Well, I'm gonna be short and sweet here, so because I got something to do. But for those of you who think that these people ran off to a better situation, no matter how they may look, even if it is, so what? It's a new journey for them.
Ooh.
That was not your journey with them. They set on their journey and now you're on yours. But I want to say this too. One thing you got to understand is it's not happy over there because where there's no structure, there's chaos. And when they left, there was chaos. So over there, there's no structure.
Come on. Good gracious.
That's good stuff.
Good stuff right there, y'all. Well, look here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna leave y'all on this note here. You know, we dropping so much, man. It's like I'm gonna start taking notes while we in here talking. Grabbing one point, and it's like we want to talk about, and you don't want to miss certain points because they're important points. But the conversation is going so deep. And guys, this and to me, I think I love this right here so much because being able to, reflect off of both of these two women right here, and they get to do the same thing, opens everybody up to more and more. It helps us get to that breakthrough because at the end of the day, I could sit here and tell you based just what I know, but I love to be able to just throw these things out there and get hit right back with people who want to attack it from a different angle. And it gives me different insight on it and how we should be looking at different things. So, that's why, Fridays for me, man, it's incredible. I get so much out of this just knowing that, there are more people out here that have the same experience, but yet have a different experience.
Yeah.
So I just want everybody, man, to just understand, I've been there. We've been there. I know what's bothering you. Okay. Even when we don't even want to say it, and that's why you're going to hear me harp on the same thing. Because I know that one thing will keep you stuck. If they can convince you that it was you, you can deny and say, no, I don't think it was me. But subconsciously, you still hurting, you still going through it, and you can't figure out, how do I shake this? Because you can't shake it because you actually believe they somewhere enjoying life. You starting to believe, when you believe they enjoying life, the next thing you start to thinking is, damn, maybe it was me. Maybe I'm not what I think I am. Maybe, just maybe, I was the problem the whole time. And you ain't never been more wrong. You just dealt with a total, complete fraud. And you believed it. You know what that's going to send you to? That's going to send you right back into a relationship where you're scared to show boundaries again.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to pick up again? Another lying, trifling, cruddy narcissist.
Yeah.
And you're going to repeat that cycle until you stand up and say, whoa, man. Hold it, young lady. No, you're not going to treat me like that. Absolutely not. You're not going to treat me like, I don't care if I just met you. Not gonna run no game on me. Good people are not looking to run game on nobody.
Oh no.
And they listen, when you stand up for yourself, believe it or not, guys, that's attractive. That's attractive when you're a stand-up type of person. That's attractive to good people. It's very unattractive to show signs that you actually have standards for yourself, that you actually have boundaries. A narcissist is not interested in that.
No.
They're not. They're not going to be chasing you around looking for your number or nothing. They're like, whoa, uh-oh. Let me get away from this one. Uh-oh, no, you stay over there. They're going to try to make you think they just met them and they trying to make you think you crazy already.
Oh yeah, when they can't manipulate you and they can't cross them boundaries, you're crazy. That's their favorite word, crazy. But tell they ass, I might be crazy, but you insane.
I might be crazy, but there it is. I might be crazy, but I'm gonna stay right over here crazy by myself. There's nothing about to let nobody else make me more crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna figure this out. And you're going to figure it out. Okay. Guess what? The moment you start trusting your judgment again, you have figured it out.
Yes.
That's when you have figured it out. Now you trust you. Our biggest issue is we don't stop trusting ourselves. You listening to everybody else. You should listen to that person. You get 20 different opinions. And the opinion is already in you. To do the right thing, that's already embedded in you. But you don't trust it. You don't trust that you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just trust yourself. So, hey, everybody, I want y'all to just enjoy the rest of this weekend if you can. You know, I'm struggling through it. Good gracious, man. Work. Boy, oh boy. But hey, you know, I'm glad I'm working. I'm a workaholic, y'all. I love work. You know what I'm saying? I love it. There, I said it. It's what it is. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Even when it's a headache, and it is a headache, but I love it. That's what I love doing. I'm gonna leave y'all just like we came in here, everybody, with nothing but love, peace, and soul.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Y'all enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Take care.
You too.
Thank you, ladies, for coming in here and spreading love and wisdom. My goodness. Woo. Give me some.